Yes, hello.
So I'm wondering, with astrophysicists, there are some astrophysicists out there that are religious. Why do you think that is?
Thank you for that question. So I'll end on that question. So I'm sorry for everybody who was waiting, but that's a perfect question to end on, because this among states is a particularly religious state. So it's an excellent and relevant question. So let's just speak of actual data. About 70% of scientists, active, productive scientists in the United States, count themselves as religious. Okay? So let's define that. Do you go to church every weekend, or synagogue, or mosque? Some people do that just for the social life and the bake sales. So that's not a good enough threshold to judge whether you're religious. Hey, you should ask a different question, and we do. There's surveys that ask this question. Instead of asking how often do you go to church, you ask, do you pray to a personal God to intervene in your life? If you say yes to that question, you're unimpeachably religious, okay? Because that means there's a deity, and you're trying to commune with the deity and have the deity interact. You're religious. 70% of American scientists are religious by that definition, okay? That is less than the general public. The general public, it's more than 90% would answer yes to that. So it's down from the general public. If you now split out what kinds of scientists those are, biologists, chemists, physicists, throw in philosophers, astrophysicists, not all of them are at 70%. Excuse me, I gave you the wrong number. It's, 70, 90, carry the 2. You always got to carry the 2. Sorry, it's 90% general public, 40% scientists, okay? The 70% is anyone with a PhD in any subject. Okay, so the act of getting a PhD, you become part of a less religious community. So now it drops even further to about 40% for all scientists. Now, how does that split out? It turns out mathematicians and engineers are the most religious among the scientifically trained people. And if it averages at 40, they come in above that. Mathematicians and engineers come in at about 60%. Biologists and physicists come in low, at around 10%, 15%. Astrophysicists are around 15%. Philosophers are around 2%. 2%. And that's probably an arithmetic error in the data taking, right? It's probably 0, okay? You don't get that close to 0 and not be 0. So this is fascinating, right? These fascinating numbers. So what's going on there, you might ask? So here's what's going on. The religious scientists do not, those who are productive and active, do not use, and if they're Christian, they do not use the Bible as a science textbook. They see religion and the holy books as sources of spiritual fulfillment, not as a record of the history of the world. And so Galileo knew this about the Bible. This is not a new understanding. Galileo looked at the Bible, looked at the natural world, had his telescope, had his fight with the church. He's a religious guy. That fact gets lost in history. He's a religious guy. And he's analyzing all this. You know what he said? He said, the Bible tells you how to go to heaven, not how the heavens go. I don't know if he quite had that accent, but so even the head of the National Institutes of Health, what's his name? Francis Collins. He was an atheist, and then he saw a frozen waterfall hiking in the mountains, and he fell to his knees and gave his life to Jesus, and wrote a book about this. He's head of the National Institute. You go up to him and say, Dr. Collins, how old is the universe? He'll say 14 billion years. You ask him, where do humans come from? We have genetic 8% identical DNA to chimpanzees, and we have common ancestors, and evolution took place on Earth. That's what he'll tell you. Even though he's born again, that's what he's going to tell you. Because to him, religion is not about a holy book written 5,000 years ago and 2,000 years ago telling you about the natural world. It's about those books telling you how to be, how to live, how to treat one another, how to be spiritually fulfilled. That's how you can have scientists, astrophysicists, coexisting with the religious community.